las manos al cielo conmigo, repite: Señor, levanto mis manos, aunque no tenga fuerzas.
It's a special morning. It's a morning that God gave us, so it's a reason to be joyous. We're alive, so that's another reason why to be happy. But there was a scripture that I was reading that really ministered to me, and that scripture was in Psalms, where it says, "I will lift my eyes upon the hill. Where would my help come from? My help comes from the Maker of heaven and earth. ¿Dónde vendrá mi ayuda? Mi socorro viene de Jehová, el creador de la tierra y el cielo." So it's something very powerful, to actually grasp that, it's a big old chunk of meat, spiritual meat, so to speak. And it gives us encouragement to understand that it's not our strength or the strength from someone else, external strength and power. No, it's God that gives us the empowerment to press forward. And I'm a kind of person that's very, practical, because there's a lot of things that are very practical. And we deal with a whole bunch of stuff every day. There are circumstances that arises spontaneously. We don't expect their curveballs, so to speak. And these difficulties, these pressing concerns, these adversities, actually sometimes, overwhelms us, and with the pressure and anxiety kicks in. And sometimes we have marital problems, home problems, financial problems, etc. And but we come to a moment where we have to have some kind of word of encouragement to empower us, to keep us going, and a word of faith, a word of hope, that that this storm has arrived, but in the eye of this storm I still can stand strong, and the storm will pass over us, and just like the rainbow at the end of the storm. And so it is very important to always remember that we need this help in order for us to cross over the bridge. We can't do it alone, and life is a bridge, and we meet people sometimes do good to us, bad, but every situation or every experience is to build our character, to press forward in a way with confidence, not in a way of discouragement. And who do we listen? Every voice. Life is full of voices. It's like walking down a hallway. You see a whole bunch of people moving back and forth on the sides, and sometimes we tend to look at the sides and who's there, who's not there, and what the other person is doing. And in doing so, we forget of where we're heading. A structure is an obstruction to us. So, in life is like that. There's a lot of details that, actually we fall in there and we forget about where we're heading. So it's important to really, to refocus, to catch our focus, catch a grip as to where we want to go. And there's things that we cannot see in the physical realm. There's things in the spiritual realm. And that is why God says, "I will lift my eyes upon the Lord." Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Maker of heaven and earth. And it's a very unique word, because there's moments of happiness and joy, and then there's moments where it's so black, so intense. So we need those moments where somebody can reach out. And rest assured, there are people who are ready to reach out, to demonstrate love. Love is a very powerful thing. You must learn how to embrace it and also demonstrate it. It's a give and take situation. And in most marriages and relationships that I see, and even through my experience, I see that those two things, those two components, to be able to receive love and to be able to demonstrate it. And demonstrating it and giving it and receiving it in a way without condition. And it's very powerful. Love actually, it medicates everything, it heals everything, it's part of the healing process of any brokenness. So, take a moment and actually remember that there's someone that really cares about you. And that person is God. And God cannot fail you, and He will not fail you. And it's a proven fact. And throughout the scriptures, I see many stories that are inspirational, that are very practical, that are very relevant to our circumstances here as you know, in our homes, in our jobs, and wherever we at. That's very, very, very relevant to us, and it's a powerful tool. It's a manual how to live life, a life of success, not a life of failure. You know, I remember hearing somebody say it, and they say something. You know why they make you know, the rear mirror real small and the windshield real big? Because what's going on in the back really doesn't matter. It has its significance, but what really matters the most is what's going on in the front. That's why they give you a big windshield to be able to see more in front of us. And life is like that, you know. Our experiences are there to empower us, and we should not repeat the errors, the mistakes of the past, and character defects. We all have them, but there's room to improve. Improvement must take its course, and we must be able, you know, to come to the front and say, you know what, I do have character defects. These are my issues, but I'm willing to work on them to improve, you know, my character. And everybody has these character defects. So, you know, that's another thing. We gotta be patient, and love and patience, you know, go hand in hand. So, but remember that, you know, you're not alone. You're not journeying through life alone. Every step you take, you must take it with the notion, with the idea, with the concept, to advance further, to reach betterment in a way that is realistic, not just an idea, not just a vision. A vision is good, but you need determination. Press forward, make efforts, real effort, realistic efforts, commitment built on seriousness. These are things, these are elements, ingredients that, you know, they spell out a whole wall, of success. And you can have that success, you can live in success, you can live in victory, and not in defeat, not in the past. And those that are there for you, recognize that they're there to help you receive the words of empowerment. And that is the most unique, you know, thing of us, that we're able to receive and we're able to give. And it's a beauty when we're able to give back to a person, when we see them that are down and out. Just a word. Words have power, and it's how we release those words, and what words that we release, you know, that really, you know, help the person. And today, you know, just focus on what I'm saying today. And perhaps you don't know me, but that's irrelevant. What's relevant is this word. This word has your name. It's like a piece of paper, a title. It has your name, and this word is for you. It's specific for you. You know, sometimes God prompts people in their heart to do things, and I remember the scripture where it says the prophet was in the cave, and he was in there for a season. He drank from the brooks. The birds brought him food, but there came a season for him to be there, and then there came a season for him to press forward. But it was God's voice, his directional voice, when he came and said, "It's time to press forward." And when he pressed forward, he went to a town, and he met a woman and a little boy, and there was a famine there, a lack of food, and they only had elements enough for that one day to eat. But it was because of the divine manifestation of God, of allowing the prophet to be there, and because he was there at the right time, at the right place, a divine intervention unfolded that moment, that day. And that is why we see it in scriptures. It's very powerful. And sometimes we just got to be in the right place at the right time, in accordance to God's voice, not according to our voice or our thoughts and plans. No, because his plans are the most perfect ones. They're the only ones that work. We tried it before many ways, and here we are. We can, you know, we have a track record, I did it my way, it didn't work. So let's do it God's way, and we have victory. Today we can smile, today we can be happy. Yesterday's gone, the past is gone, today is the present, and we can only live right now. And hopefully we can project something that is good for the future. But if right now that is the only opportunity you have, is the only opportunity that I have, let's rejoice in it. And it was a great joy and a pleasure to actually, minister this word of encouragement to you. And it's the same way, it also is relevant to me. So I minister to you, and I minister to myself as well. So it's a very unique opportunity. So,
Aunque tenga 1000 problemas, confiésalo con tus labios. Todo el mundo cantando conmigo. Levanto mis manos, aunque no tenga fuerza.